We know there are many choices in internet radio, and the staff and host of LA Talk Live would like to thank you for choosing the internet's hottest destination for the most eclectic sound and invigorating talk. This is LA Talk Live. We are more than just talk.
All right. Talk Live Radio on LATalkLive.com. I'm Bro Williams.
Hey, I'm Trisha Mann-Grant, and welcome. Happy Sunday, everybody. How you doing out there?
Ooh, we're doing good. We're doing good. How you doing good? I'm doing all right. I'm all right. I don't complain. Just doing a little social networking, trying to let everybody know out there in internet land that we're on live, and we have an awesome show today. This is our music edition. Hey! But last week, can we just talk about how awesome last week's show was?
Can I? I would love to. Oh my God, we had Anna Maria Horsford on. She was on Amen. She was on Cold Case.
Yes.
I mean, she had a wonderful, wonderful role on the series Amen. And she's right now, she is on The Bold and the Beautiful. So you guys have got to go support her and my friend Oba Babatunde. They play a mother and father. They're married to each other on the show on The Bold and Beautiful. You've got to check that out. That is a CBS soap opera.
And we also had Pastor Leon and Letitia Hines.
Oh, yeah.
And they were in the house as well.
That's
They
right.
are two awesome, like the coolest husband and wife pastors duos on this side of heaven, one of them. And, I just love them. They sponsored Taji's Charity, who is the co-founder of Kids in the Spotlight, Inc., nonprofit that we support. We support the kids music event that they held in January that actually I was a part of in the end of January, and they were here to talk about their pastor installation anniversary worship service that'll be coming up. And I'm actually looking for the exact date so I don't quote it. So get your pen and get your paper, because if you're in the California, Los Angeles area, I think it would definitely be a blessing to go and just, support our people as they're celebrating one another, being elevated in a place of influence. I'm being a pastor and being married to one, and being a pastor that's married to a pastor.
Crazy.
You
It's
tell
like
me
you're the
it's
first
hard
lady
just being a
and the
regular
pastor.
person, being married to a regular person.
No,
that's like marriage on steroids. What you think?
It's a serious position to have, and you have to take it seriously. But at the same time, they're so warm and down to earth and such genuine people that, I'm sure if I were attending that church, I would really enjoy it immensely, because they just make you feel loved and welcome. So thank you guys for coming on last week. You were amazing. While she looks for that, I know you're still trying to find that date.
Oh, no, I got
Do you
it.
know I was at the Black Rodeo yesterday, and I had such a great time. And the lady who put me in Ebony and Jet back 20-something years ago. Oh, my gosh. Let me see. How old was I? 17 going on 18 when I met her in the elevator at Johnson Publishing Company. Her name is Margot Wade LaDrew. And so she's running it. The whole rodeo thing, and it was great to be there. And Oba Babatunde was there. We just mentioned him. He was doing his thing. Reggie and
Was he actually riding
Jim
in the rodeo?
Pickens from Grey's Anatomy. He was riding. Girl, please. He is a cowboy for real. Glenn Turman and his lovely wife Joanne. Just a wonderful group of folks that are in this business that are true cowboys. I mean, these guys are true cowboys. So I just want to give a shout out to them. Give some love to them. It's good to see you, Oba. Awesome.
Well, I know we have a flyer on this pastor installation, but I wanted to be able to read the correct information. And it's their anniversary worship celebration, and it's going to, it says undergoing Winovations, April 2nd and 3rd, 2016. I believe that's a Friday and Saturday. I don't know. What's you got your phone? I don't have my phone.
Yeah,
I
I left it. My husband has it.
Well,
I
April
left it in
2nd
the
and
car.
3rd, and there's Vessels of Honors Ministry International. So you can go to Vessels of, I believe, Vessels of
see it?
VOHchurch.com. Vessels of Honor. Church.com. VOH.
That's their Twitter too. I think it's VOH.
Yeah. And, even if
ministries.
you're in another part of the country, one of our other affiliates, Miami, New Orleans, Washington, Houston, we are in Los Angeles, or if you're in another state, it's still, you take the time to go and just check them out, and you never know. You may be moved to sow seed.
Yeah. Are you moved? Are you sowing some seeds?
Oh, man, let me tell you. When I told you at the event that they sponsored, they just broke with the program and called people down who were going through things financially. And as pastors together, they went in their pocket and was handing out money. Yes. I'm talking about like serious dead presidents. And I'm not talking about making it rain with ones and twos. I'm not talking about making it rain with making it rain with one and twos. But seriously, yeah. So they have a wonderful heart. So we have an awesome show. We're going to go to commercial. But before we go, please tweet, Instagram, Facebook, text, knock on your neighbor's door, whatever you got to do, because we have some dynamic artists and singers in the house. We have We Ain't Playing Productions presents our very own Rory Darvell and
Siobhan Champagne. That is Siobhan Champagne.
And they're here to talk about Journey Through the Jungle Boogie. And if you want to know what that's about, keep it right here. We're also going to have Manuel Guillermo, who is the prodigal son, aka the prodigal son, and he just released another album. It was just this time last year, February. He was here, so we're going to welcome him back. So he'll be back here in the studio. So if you're here to view one or the other, we ask you to stick around for all of the above and bring a friend. Matter of fact, bring a couple friends. What you
bring
think?
A couple of them. I think you should bring about 5.
Yeah.
Call some people, text, email,
Facebook,
all that stuff. Knock on the door. You know what to do. Smoke signals, all that good stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey. So thank you again, guys. It's Gospel Rhythms. We're gonna amp it up when Rory Darvell comes back with Miss Siobhan. She really goes by just Siobhan, but I like her last name, Champagne. It's not champagne, it's champagne. Thank you. All right, my name is Trisha Mann-Grant.
Williams.
And you're watching Gospel Rhythms Heaven's Party
here on earth.
You know that.
I had to give myself a
I like that.
He opens doors, so you don't gotta kick him down. I wrote this to remind you, so stick around. For Heaven's Party here on earth. Praise God always, and we keeping them first.
Gospel Rhythms, catch the vision.
Hey, this is Trisha Mann-Grant, and I am inviting you to join us every Sunday at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for Gospel Rhythms Heaven's Party here on earth. And join us as we talk to the Christians, just not any Christian, but all Christians of entertainment and all walks of life. Don't forget to tune in to Gospel Rhythms Heaven's Party here on earth every Sunday, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, exclusively on latalklive.com. You can also catch us on iTunes Radio, RNB, Live 365, Radio Flag, TuneIn Radio, AHA Radio, TiVo Radio, and Apple TV Radio. Or watch and listen directly at latalklive.com. Reality radio handcrafted for your listening and viewing pleasure. This is LA Talk Live, and we are more than just talk. Hey, this is Trisha.
What's up? Welcome back. This is GospelRhythms.com, Talk Live Radio. We're just playing with some audio up in here to turn it up. We're about to get turned up.
Turn it back down. All right, thank you. Okay,
you
Rory.
Like it loud. You know you
Rory's
like it
having
loud.
fun messing with the knobs
Why
here,
not?
turning things up. We appreciate that, Rory. Thank you.
Hey,
what's happening? Should we give him a proper introduction? I mean, he's been here a million times.
ladies and gentlemen, We Ain't Playing Productions presents
Rory Darvell. And the lovely Siobhan Champagne.
You know I leave all the last names to her.
That's pretty cool, huh?
I leave all the
That'll be
last names.
$9.99. Thank you.
Okay, after the show.
Just kidding. All right, after the show, right? She's like way after the show. Hey, y'all.
Hey.
What's up?
What's up?
Good to see you, Rory.
You always doing something. I can't keep up with you. 1 minute you're performing on the boat, the next minute you're back in the States.
Really?
You just on tour.
So you went on the boat?
I was on the boat. I was just on the boat though. I didn't perform this time.
It's for your
Not this
birthday?
time.
Was that the
You
birthday?
didn't even
No,
get
it's just
into
the
the
annual cruise that I
karaoke
go on
thing.
to.
I thought you did.
You know what? I didn't because I didn't have my disc.
I don't know why I'm
And
having a
their
hard time.
karaoke.
I can hear you.
Their karaoke
Yeah, right there.
wasn't too good. I didn't have my disc, so
He's just
Couldn't do
trying
too much
to
karaoke.
save his voice.
Is he trying to talk?
I think so. I think he's trying to save his
This
gotta
is
voice.
save it, I
gospel
gotta save
rhythms,
it.
my brother. You don't need to be sultry, sexy here.
But he's
you
got
know,
to
he's giving
as a
us
singer.
that. Is that
he
the
has to save
performer
his
voice?
He has to save his
Oh
voice.
my
See,
goodness!
there you go. She got
Yeah,
it.
I know what
you know
time
what?
it is.
Okay, you may not know this, but unless he told you on the way over here. But this man here always fills in for me
Oh no! I
when
didn't
I'm
know
not
that.
here. You didn't know that?
Nope, I didn't know.
See, look at that. He does a pretty decent job.
He does a great job.
I mean, he's
okay?
not me.
right?
He's hating
but a good
because y'all the
entertainer.
Grants and we're R&R Productions.
That's right. R&R. Y'all know.
Rip it
what
up.
how
R&R,
we do.
whatever.
You know
Yeah,
how
so
we do.
Ripping and Running Productions.
ripping and running right up out of here. That's right. So yeah, but no, I appreciate you every time you come out. Seriously, why am I leaning my head? I appreciate you.
You got that J-Lo hat on.
Yeah, that's what it is.
the
It's the hat.
I'm wearing
The
my
hat makes
this
you
is my
lean.
pre-Easter hat.
Oh,
This is
okay.
my
Very
pre-Easter
pretty.
celebration. Thank you. I like her. Bring her back next time, okay? All right, speaking of her, before we introduce you ladies first. Hi. All right, ladies and
For those of
gentlemen.
you who don't know.
Even though we did give her like the pre-introduction, Siobhan Champagne from Los Angeles is an independent R&B soul artist. Also a full-time hairstylist. Oh, that is so good. I need your card
Oh,
after
you
the show.
gonna get it.
Okay, y'all right now in Inglewood, and she guest starred for the show Journey Through the Jungle Boogie,
Bingo.
baby. Of course, I added that baby part. It just sounded like it needed a baby there. Inspired by my family, which she says, this is her a quote from Siobhan here. Inspired by my family, many of us sing, play instruments, dance, and entertain. Her favorite mainstream artist is Anita Baker and Layla Hathaway.
Now the funny part about that is I'm actually a first soprano, so it makes no sense that those two are my favorite artists, being that they are tenors.
Yeah, but you have a
they
very
are my-
alto voice.
Yeah, they are my favorites. I can get down there now, but
I love that.
definitely now since I'm all hoarse from my show last night.
So
Oh, no.
with your talented family, like, did your parents like make you a group like the Jacksons?
Well, no.
Sing it,
Actually,
girl, sing
my
it. Go get a
cousins,
switch.
my cousins are the Brothers Johnsons, and so the music has just been in the family forever. And everyone, my grandparents, everyone sings. My
Now,
grandparents.
for those who don't know who the Brothers Johnsons, give them a little background because you got generations gap.
Strawberry Letter. Of course, that's the best one. I'm not about to sing for you.
You might have to pull that
Oh,
up.
no,
Is
no.
it-
You didn't know the rules and regulations? You come on Gospel Rhythms, you got to sing.
Lord.
Go on,
If you're a
sing a little
singer,
bit. I'll help you. Go ahead.
Come on, we'll
well-
give you a beatbox. Little background.
I help you. Isn't it something like dun, 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 dun,
Well,
dun, dun, dun,
I was gonna say because I ought to be ashamed of myself that I don't know all the words.
Oh,
I just know the doggone song.
Well, sing something. Just a little something.
Well, it's not them though when I'm gonna sing.
That's that man.
Okay,
Or it could be
fine.
happy birthday. Well, don't. They're suing. Never mind, don't do happy birthday.
I was gonna
you know
say.
that the ladies that made that, the older
Are you
women,
serious?
are suing when
Everybody?
Oh,
people
no.
put it in the movies now. Yeah, because that's
Lord.
their happy birthday song, and now they're making money off of that. I'm not mad at
Oh
it.
man, well I guess everybody got to make
Come
their
on,
bread.
everybody. So we have to make up a new happy birthday song. So do something.
Happy,
ABCs,
well, I
ABCs.
guess-
They're not going to sue for
I
that.
get, well, look, I'm just gonna do my own. Can I do my own happy
Yes,
birthday song?
You can do your own happy.
I
birthday.
guess
do the- we
it's
can do
somebody's
the,
birthday in the world.
Come
know,
on, Siobhan.
Okay.
Champagne.
Stevie Wonder's version. Hey.
Stevie Wonder.
See,
He
and
might
you know,
be suing too.
all you know
better
is
check.
the happy birthday to you. That's the only part we know. I
That's
don't know that part,
nice.
but I guess for whoever's birthday it is in the world right now,
That's right.
here we go.
Okay.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to whoever. Happy birthday to you.
You know I had to
Go ahead and write that check because you know that was still kind of like theirs.
I need my $9.80 back.
Yeah, right. Okay, I'm gonna give it back.
You know I had to go look up the lyrics
Did you?
for Strawberry Letter.
Oh Lord,
You gonna sing it?
really?
No.
Did you?
No. The following after that, I won't even rap it.
Oh man.
Well, let's talk about this, journey through the Jungle Boogie, an old school R&B concert.
Well, we need to talk about, for the ones that haven't seen our brother Rory Darvell, they need to know a little bit about him. We didn't introduce him
He's
a little
such
bit.
such a staple in the house,
we
but
have to give him
you
some
know
love.
what?
So, come
Well,
on.
actually, maybe he's up to something new we don't know about.
Right.
No, I'm not.
He got jokes though.
Okay, right. All right, what are you? No, seriously, what are you working on these days?
Well, actually, this is the 6th live concert that we're doing. And what I like to stress with these shows, because when you tell people, especially in Los Angeles, and you say, hey, I'm doing a show, they figure, okay, it's one of those run-of-the-mill local club things. And what We Ain't Playing Productions is about taking entertainment to another level. Mm-hmm. And what I mean by that is myself, Siobhan, people who are, they're not the big names, they don't have the hit records, et cetera, but the shows are on that level as if you were going to see, I'm going to say it, a Charlie Wilson, a Howard Hewitt, or in other words, basically what these shows are about is a lot of the artists that we grew up to they call us, someone made a joke last night at this function I was at, they called us the AARP crowd. Well, the AARP crowd still likes to have live entertainment.
Right.
So, and we don't have a lot, because a lot of our artists that entertained us as kids, most of them have passed away too soon. Michael Jackson, Barry White, Teddy Pendergrass, et cetera. Well, those are the artists that we grew up on, and that's when you got really great entertainment. Mm-hmm. As opposed to a lot of the entertainment today, you have your Chris Browns, or you have a lot of hip hop, and honestly, a lot of it is very disrespectful to women and even to men. It's just not the same, and so we're not interested in that. But we still like entertainment too. We just don't have too many places to go, or too many artists anymore to go see. I mean, you have Prince, but Prince can only be one place at one time, and Patti LaBelle, and so on and so on. There's only really a small handful. Charlie Wilson can only perform so many times when you're Charlie Wilson out.
Right.
But people still want to see. So these shows are created for the AARP crowd, or those that appreciate the music from back in the day, which most of them stole anyway to make their new rap records, and a lot of the current records, they got them from those artists anyway. Sure. So these shows were created not so you can go see the local band. A lot of people think, I'm just going to go see the local band play. They're going to play the songs. No. These are concerts. They're full on lights, bells, and whistles concerts like you went to go see back in the day. Like when you went to the Forum, a lot of places here in LA, or the Coliseum. Obviously, we're not the Staples Center, so you're not going to get a Beyonce size. We don't have that kind of budget. But you will get a
quality show.
You're going to get a very high quality show. It's not like going to the club where, and no knock of going to the club, because that has its place too. But I just want people to know the difference when they say, well, why is this show $30 when you think you can go to the local club? I won't mention any clubs because I don't want any club to feel disrespected, because that's not what it's about. When I can go and pay $5 or maybe get in free and see, because this is not there.
And you're doing a set too, right?
Well, it's a concert. It's just like if you were going to see a group. It's a professionally set show. Mm-hmm. So that's what these concerts are about. So it's a visual thing.
I see your visual of your concert shirt.
Yeah. Well, you know what's funny? Really, I wore it because I'm actually going to a retro, like a Soul Train Dancers Award show or something
when you leave here.
When I leave here,
you're always doing something when you leave here.
Yeah. When you get no, I'm not performing. I'm just basically I'm going because there's going to be AARP people there,
and you're promoting.
There's going to be some promoting.
Well, I was going to come, but you kind of the whole AARP. Yet, I don't think I qualify.
Well, I don't qualify for AARP, and I'll be there on stage, so y'all come see me.
Okay, right. We'll come support you.
But see, and this is just further. Like, it's an 11-piece band. It's no sampling. Everybody is singing.
You got horns.
That's right. We have full. It's like Earth, Wind, and Fire on stage. It's a full show. And
now, do we sit down and watch this? I guess if you got AAR people, they sit down.
But you shouldn't be sitting down because it's a jungle boogie, so you shouldn't be sitting down.
Yeah. Hey, I'm just saying. So, we got people. Hey, you could bring your mom. It's a family event.
Exactly.
7 p.m. So it's before everybody's bedtime, even the AAR people.
And it starts at 7.
And
we don't
kids.
do the CP time. It starts
and
it's
at Saturday, 7. So you could bring your youngins, and they could get educated on what real music sounds like instead of all this auto tunes.
Right. We do have young people that come that appreciate the music from back then.
You know what I'm saying? If it's a family like AARP is such so old. It's not.
It's the end of the road. Can we have some Boys to Men End of the Road music, please?
Oh my God, no, because you know what? To me, really, I know this is cliche, but really, I know some 80-something-year-old women.
Oh,
They
yeah.
are so jazzy, and they are something that's past AARP.
And we have people who are in their
AARP
70s
starts
that
at,
come to the show as well.
60? What is retirement? 50?
Well, AARP is at 50.
And you look amazing for your age. Do you ever tell anybody your age?
If they ask, I don't go and
What's-
offer it.
how
Yeah,
old are you?
he ain't offering it.
See, and I mean, you look great. You look great for 50.
Because black don't crack.
Thank you.
Yeah. That's awesome.
There's also, if I can say, there's also a because people don't read. Our people don't read. There's also a 5-star restaurant.
I'm sorry, you're right. What does this say?
Oh yeah, under print. It's at the bottom in the fine print.
There's a 5-star
yes.
restaurant and the parking, easy access. People get scared of Hollywood because nobody likes parking in Hollywood. I don't blame them. Everything is right there at the venue. 5-star
And this is
restaurant.
a new venue for you,
Yeah.
right? Because I don't
No,
remember you.
we've been doing that venue has actually been there for years. A lot of people don't know
No,
about it.
you haven't been at this.
You've been
venue.
I've been
doing
there
this
for the
venue.
last 5 years.
Oh, okay.
My brother, that was a very general statement you just made there. I'm feeling some people's out there is just a little upset about that there comment you just made.
Which one was
Our
it?
people don't read.
We don't read.
Some of us do, believe it or
I actually
not.
read it wrong. I thought
let
it
me
was
tell you
$5
something.
plates.
Read, and we're
See?
very educated.
Well, I'm sure they are, but I wish they would
know,
read.
a lot of
You
take
know
a
what
lot
Chris
of
Rock
time.
said? If you want to keep your money,
You know
put it in
what?
your books.
Yeah.
Yeah, you wish that where they read what?
They read.
Yeah.
Because we go through. I go through a lot to make sure all the words are printed right there, so you can read it.
So why do
boldly.
it if our people don't read?
Well, you know what? I
Oh,
would
I
say
gotta do it
because
anyway.
because his generation
Give
that
me
he's
the other
trying to attract does read. They the
So-
one who got us to
Really?
be able to read.
I can't tell you how many times people
Well, then
go.
they must
So,
have failed miserably.
so what's this
if you
play
don't."
about?
Yeah,
Just
they
people-
do that.
They'll say, "What's this play about?" One guy
think you
said, "I swear to
messed
God." He said to me, "This
He
is so
said, "What's
funny."
this play about?"
He said, "What?" He said,
He said, "What's this play
So
about?"
is this a? He knew the song, recognized the song Jungle Boogie. Oh, that's
Yeah.
by blah blah blah. I said, yeah. So he said, "So this is a play about music?" I said, "Yes." I just left it alone.
Well, you know why? Because we affiliate you with plays productions too. So
So you
maybe-
just lied to the man, basically.
If y'all
I
don't
just
get him
tell
there,
him. Trust me, I worked so
yeah,
hard
it's
trying
a
to.
play about him. So when he comes and sees it's not a play, what you gonna say?
it's a
it is. It's a
musical.
theatrical production.
It's a musical.
Use your
Journey
imagination.
Journey through the Jungle Boogie.
And
It's
can't
all-
you read? I don't
Through
think
the
she
Jungle
read.
Book.
She
But
ain't
it's like
read.
you read it to me?
She ain't read.
There is
We
a-
do have a couple dance numbers, so
Yeah.
y'all gonna be all right.
Who's
Well, I
dancing?
know one
Who's
thing.
dancing?
Well, I know I'm not because I wasn't invited.
I'm dancing, he's
You
dancing.
weren't. What do you think?
Roy knows I want to be a roulette, a roulette.
What did you call
Darvalet.
us?
Darvalet.
Yeah,
Darvalet.
Okay, Darvalet. I've been trying to be a Rory Darvalet for the longest. I
you
don't
gonna
think
get
got the
paid?
call.
Are you
I don't
gonna
need to
pay
get
her for
paid.
this?
Okay, I work for
I'm her
love.
agent.
Okay.
I take 10, 15, 20%.
Look, forget her, man. She's fired. I work for
35%.
love.
Are you paying her?
I work for love.
She'll give you 10 to 15% of the love.
That's right.
Well, you
she
know
working
what?
for
See
love.
what's on.
Now, how many productions do we can we expect out of you this year in 2016? Because this is the first one, right?
This is the first one, yeah.
Now, this is an annual thing that you do here, but
yeah,
are
we've
you?
actually been doing it annually for
Do
the
you
last
have
5 years.
Do you have a certain number of productions slated down the line?
No, actually, after this, there is nothing. I'm available. I'm available for hire.
He does
Okay.
comedy.
YouTube me.
I'm telling you.
Look, speaking of
Yeah.
comedy,
Comedy.
how'd you get our
Oh,
host?
you Evan Lionel. That's my boy.
Well, that's another thing. What the shows, because look at the variety. I always hire a comedian, a local comedian, to be the host. So this
Yeah.
time we got, and I usually
got-
go.
yeah,
I usually
that's
go female, boy, girl, and but I think the last I couldn't find a female. They weren't available. The one I wanted to get.
There's
was
a young
available.
lady named Sonia D, and I think Sonia lives in New York now, but she used to be my roommate when I first moved out here, and I can tell you that is by far one of the funniest female comedians I have ever
Our budget doesn't allow us to fly in.
Wait, let me tell you though.
When
Let
your
me tell-
budget allows you to fly in, call me, because
Let
then
me
maybe I
tell
can be
you.
Sonia's
Yeah.
agent.
Or if you do
on this
something in
end.
New York. I just want to
Yeah.
tell you though about Evan. If your house ain't packed, or if you start late, y'all gonna get clowned. Trust me.
Evan
You
clowned
hosted our
us.
event. He don't play. You gotta give him some notes before, like, okay, if the house ain't full, we don't
Yeah.
need you clowning us.
That was our first annual.
But we eventually did get filled. But he,
Oh, we did.
you know
We
how he
filled up.
was. He
Well,
Evan
yeah,
clowned
well,
us.
hey, people.
He
hey,
was like,
He's
We-
funny though. He
we-
loves us though.
we
He's
we
good
we don't
people.
start late, but
Oh,
we
that's
can't
good.
control who's there. That's what we tell people.
yeah,
you know.
you are,
Did we
you are
start
dealing
late?
with your
We
audience.
started-
We didn't start
yeah.
late, did we?
No, we had I think T Faye was doing a prelim stuff and we did some giveaways. So there were some things that we put in place as like, measures to the pre-show.
Yeah.
There's always a pre-show with us.
And I want to say
This is a piece
that the entertainers that I bring on the show that I handpicked because they are exceptional entertainers. Thank you. So this young lady, it's interesting. Siobhan and I go to the same church, but I don't remember because I don't go like every Sunday.
Give your church a shout out.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you. Said you don't what?
I don't go like every Sunday.
Every Sunday.
I don't go like every
Give your
Sunday.
church a shout out.
Yeah.
Shout out to Victory Institutional Baptist Church. Pastor Richard Williams III.
Williams in the house representing.
And so Siobhan was a part of the youth ministry, and she was singing back then, but I don't remember. I remember her mom. I remember she was at the church, but I don't remember her singing. So
I had one solo. I was so shy.
Oh yeah,
I didn't want to do it.
But I remember her.
shy
I remember
now,
her being
girl,
at the
anymore.
church, but I didn't recognize her for singing. I happened to go see someone else perform, and I look up and I said, "I heard the girl from church singing background," and it was her. And then next thing I know, she's singing background for because you sang background for one of the other artists. Before you, I think when I first saw you, you sang background for Tish.
Oh yeah, Tish Jones.
And then you sang background for oh my gosh, embarrassing. She's been on the show like 3 times.
So that's a compliment. You're so good that he bypassed the people that were actually singing.
Yeah.
Well, no,
And got to the
she sang
background.
Christy Malone.
yeah.
It's Christy Malone, who's
Okay.
done the previous our first 3 shows. She sang background. I was like, gosh, she's still singing a lot of background. But I watched her grow, and then she eventually stepped out front, and she started doing her own thing because she was at the GS and
No
so
more
on and so
background.
forth. And so she stepped out front, and I said, okay, I think I'm going to want to have her on the show.
So that's how you got discovered by Rory Darville
Yeah,
and became
pretty
a
much.
Darvillette. You
Pretty
go, girl.
much.
Well, she's doing her
What do you
own
wanna-
set. Well,
Yeah.
this is her second show. She did the previous show that we did last year. She was on it. The Valentine's concert she did.
It's always
what
the
are you
ones that's
singing,
right in front of
Siobhan?
your face that you never notice.
I know, right? Yeah. So Siobhan, what are you singing?
Well, I'm not gonna spill the beans on exactly which
Yeah, we don't
songs,
spill the
but there
beans.
is.
If I pay you, will
there
you
will
tell
be
me?
some Whitney
Okay.
Houston. There will be some Anita Baker. There's some Tina Marie.
Oh, we can dance.
So I'm not playing. We ain't playing.
There it is. There it is.
Yeah,
That's good
There it
enough. You
is.
gave me
Yeah.
something. You
There
gave
it
me
is.
some. How many outfit changes are you doing?
3 technically because when I do my set, I'm singing and then I'm running back, and I'm a hip hop dancer as well. So I'm coming out and I'm doing a dance piece that's actually a surprise for my mom. So I hope she's not listening. And then I am also singing background for Rory. So I'm changing again to become a Darvillette.
Beautiful.
Wow. Do I sense some Luther? I'm sensing some Luther. I'm sensing some
you sensing
Luther.
Luther?
Yeah, Luther.
puts us to
yeah.
work.
People, Bryson. I don't know what. What are we sensing here? What else?
I don't
what
know.
else?
I mean,
are
I
we
was thinking like
expecting?
what you could dance to, like remember that? Don't you remember you told me you loved
Superstar.
me, baby?
Oh, this is Prince. Y'all didn't know? This is Prince.
I know you do Prince. What made you want to break out and do Prince? Because I remember the first time I saw you do
Because I
Prince.
couldn't do Michael. I couldn't
Why
do all the
couldn't you
Michael
do
moves.
Michael? Oh, the moves.
No, honestly, the truth, what happened with that, when I first started singing out in public, I used to sing I started singing at this club called Marla's Memory Lane. Remember Marla Gibbs?
Yeah.
From 227
Of
and the
course.
Jeffersons and all that?
She was in
She
the
had
Man
her-
in 3B with
Yeah.
me.
She had a club.
Looking good.
She's awesome.
And back in the day, the artists back then, they would have like on their talent night, it'd be like 25 singers. I swear 9 of those singers would sing "You Bring Me Joy" by Anita Baker.
Oh wow.
So back then, like today, it's like karaoke now with karaoke, they don't really allow you to sing the same song that someone else just sang.
Okay,
So you have to
good.
sing but back then they did. It was boring as heck to me.
Okay.
And then the women would sing "You Bring Me Joy," and the men would sing "A House Is Not a Home."
Wow.
So you figure out a 25, 26 singer, you only heard like 9 songs because they would sing. And so I wanted to do something different. And at that time, if you sang Prince, which no one did, because at that, Prince was considered kind of off, constrained. And I said, I want to do something different. I said, I'm going to sing Prince. And I always had a high voice. And I couldn't dance like Michael. I could sing Michael's songs, but I couldn't do the dances.
Well, maybe you should sing like Michael and
So-
dance like Prince.
Yeah, no.
Not gonna happen.
And
Let
so
me ask
when I
you-
started singing, that's when I did it. And
Okay.
Yeah, because it took a lot of boldness.
You did, well, I mean, it did, but you do it well, though, Rory. Let me
thank
say
you.
that because I was
Thank
shocked
you.
when I heard you do that. Have you ever thought about singing a gospel song in one of your sets? Do you do that? Anything inspirational?
I don't. But when William Jordan, who used to do the shows with me, when he and I were partners, he would sing a gospel song in his set. Yeah, but me, no.
Now, let me ask you, for those of us who are inquiring regarding tickets, are they numbered? Is it like you get an assigned seat or first come, first served seating?
It's generally, unless it's a group sale, a group of 20 or more, then they would get a section. But otherwise, they're not numbered seats. But there's no bad seats because it's not a huge arena.
And the stage is pretty high, too.
Yeah, and the stage is high. So there's no bad seats. Yeah. Even if you sat in the last row, it's a great seat. And plus, the stage is huge. It extends out into the audience.
Yeah. And that's Saturday, March 26th. Save the date, 7 p.m. Yep. Tickets are $30. You can get them at brownpapertickets.com.
Or just hit us up.
Oh, yeah.
424-558.
Just hit you up with your cell phone number, girl.
So,
310.
Just joking.
We have another artist, so you will hang out with us? And when we come back from commercial?
Well,
is that all right?
I have to leave.
You have to leave? But we got to get pictures.
We've got to take a picture in your disco shirt.
All right, well, we'll do it when we go to commercial break. I mean, we do. Let's commercial break. You are not trying to get out of it. All right, so when we come back, we'll be sitting down with Prophecy Records, The Prodigal Son, and talking about his latest album project. But in the meantime, we got to give our...
Thank you, guys.
Thank you guys so much. Thank you. You guys come out to the show.
Yes. And Rory Doorbell.
Thank you again.
Hugs and kisses, love, and all that stuff.
Thank
it's a pleasure.
you.
Your voice is beautiful, girl.
Keep
singing.
I will.
Keep
We'll be back. This has been a music edition.
Yes. We'll be back, y'all. Trisha Mann-Grant.
Yeah.
Can't you see what's going on? Through it all, gospel rhythm still going strong. Trusting God when it's good or when it's going wrong. Encourage other believers to keep holding on. Casting the vision and we making it plain. We the head, not the tail, so we won't complain. Here to lift up the downcast and the brokenhearted. Changing lives with the truth, so let's get it started. We got the word, music, entertainment, life. You can catch us on the air every Sunday night with special guests, the news, and interesting stories. A platform for the kingdom to give God the glory. Worldwide and we live on the Ustream. What you know about the Gospel Rhythms magazine? But God's in it, you don't gotta chase dreams. You need to check us out and see what we mean.
Cast the vision.
Okay.
Designs by Ardina, preserving heritage and building legacies through art. Turn your favorite photos into personalized, one-of-a-kind, customized artwork. Designs by Ardina offers innovative and creative options for printing on aluminum, acrylic, canvas, with custom framing and matting services available upon request. Designs by Ardina also offers photo restoration, portrait art, digital photo albums, and even basic business printing services. For more information and a customized quote, visit www.designsbyardina.com. That's www.designsbyardina.com. Or call 323-455-1251. That's 323-455-1251. Designs by Ardina, proud sponsors of LA Talk Live and the Talk Live Broadcast Network.
Hi, this is Marsha Waiteka, inviting you to join me every Monday at 1 p.m. for Born to Talk, where conversation plus connections equal community. Be sure to tune in to Born to Talk with Marsha Waiteka, Mondays at 1 p.m. Pacific, exclusively on latalklive.com. You can also listen live at iTunes Radio R&B, TuneIn Radio, Radio Flag, Live 365, or AHA Radio. This is Reality Radio, handcrafted for your listening and viewing pleasure. We are LA Talk Live, and we are born to talk.
Hi, this is Rhonda Ray, inviting you to join us every Thursday, 6 p.m. Pacific, for Hot Chicks Live. Join us as we discuss the latest fashion, entertainment, sports, and more. So don't forget to tune in to Hot Chicks Live every Thursday, 6 p.m. Pacific, exclusively on latalklive.com. You can also catch us on iTunes Radio R&B, Live 365, Radio Flag, TuneIn Radio, AHA Radio, TiVo Radio, and Apple TV Radio, or watch and listen directly at latalklive.com. Reality radio, handcrafted for your listening and viewing pleasure. This is LA Talk Live, and we are more than just talk.
preach the word to each and every city and make disciples of all nations. I gotta do that without hesitating. I'm patiently waiting for the Lord to come back. And if you're backslidden, I suggest you come back. But if you don't know Christ, you got to let him in, cause he's the only way that you'll get to heaven. Living by the word of God in my daily walk. Not gonna stop preaching, having demons out like a chalk. Living by the word of God in my daily walk. Not gonna stop preaching, having demons out like a chalk.
I'm a Jesus freak, yeah, I'm a Jesus freak. I'm a Jesus freak, yeah, I'm a Jesus freak. I'm a Jesus freak, yeah, I'm a Jesus freak.
Romans 15, I'm not ashamed of the gospel.
I'm a Jesus freak, I'm a Jesus freak, yeah, I'm a Jesus freak. I'm a Jesus freak, I'm a Jesus freak, yeah, I'm a Jesus freak.
Yeah, and the Mississippi represent the Trinity. Yeah, I'm a Jesus freak. Romans 15, I'm not ashamed of the gospel. Spread the good news worldwide because I got to. And as a Christian, that's responsibility to preach the word to each and every city and make disciples of all nations. I gotta do that without hesitating. I'm patiently waiting for the Lord to come back. And if you're backslidden, I suggest you come back. But if you don't know Christ, you got to let him in, cause he's the only way that you'll get to heaven. Living by the word of God in my daily walk. Not gonna stop preaching, having demons out like a chalk. Living by the word of God in my daily walk. Not gonna stop preaching, having demons out like a chalk.
I'm a Jesus freak, yeah, I'm a Jesus freak. I'm a Jesus freak, yeah, I'm a Jesus freak. I'm a Jesus freak, yeah, I'm a Jesus freak.
Romans 15, I'm not ashamed of the gospel.
I'm a Jesus freak.
Hey, this is Trisha Mann-Grant.
I'm Bro Williams.
And you are watching Gospel Rhythms, and this is Heaven's Party.
Here on Earth.
Y'all, all right, and you know what? We are bringing back with us another guest today. Mr. Manuel Quimero, a.k.a. The Prodigal Son, is a gospel rap artist who grew up in the streets of Northeast Los Angeles, surrounded by gangs, violence, drugs, growing up without a father and his mother raising him and his 3 older brothers on her own. Although she struggled, she did what she had to do, made ends meet, even becoming the neighborhood drug dealer. Seeing the things he's seen and heard, and the prodigal picked up on the street life fast, and he started to follow in his family's footsteps, coming from a generation of gang banging. As he grew up, his heart hardened, and it was filled with hatred and sadness. He dealt with low self-esteem and thoughts of suicide. Prodigal used music to escape reality and began rapping at a young age as a secular artist. Years later, he surrendered his life to the Lord and ministers to the youth through his music at juvenile halls and youth camps, and shares his testimony to reach others with the gospel. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to Gospel Rhythms, Mr. Manuel Quimero,
a.k.a. The Prodigal Son.
Prodigal Son, y'all.
Yeah. Man, you know, you were here February 2015. Welcome. And, that song that you just heard, entitled Jesus Freak, that's off his latest album. It's called The Enemy's Target,
yeah, it's
right?
out now.
Yeah, out now. That's the lead single? First single?
That's the single that's pretty much getting everybody's attention right now.
Yeah, Manuel, do me a favor if you can, just kind of speak all up into that mic.
Be about
so
2 fingers away. You'll be
good.
good. We want them to hear you.
We want them to hear everything you have to say. Wow, so you grew up with the gangs and family members.
Just generations after, moms, dad, brothers, uncles.
Just a generation of
gang banging.
Gang banging. Wow.
Okay.
That's just what I grew up on. That's what I seen. So I thought it's a way of life.
How do you get out of a gang, though? For anybody out there that's trying to change
generational gang issues,
did you ever really just get out, or they just?
There's a way out, and the way out I was able to escape it was honestly through Jesus. My brother, it started with my dad, my uncles. He started going to church here and there, but when my brother was locked up, he would tell me he heard I was going to church, and I was like kind of in and out. So once he got out, and I started seeing another side of him, a better example. He had his kids and trying to be an example for them. So then I'm following my brother's footsteps.
Good deal. So when did you start rapping and making music for God? When did you switch it?
This was about maybe like 6 years ago.
What inspired you?
Honestly, what it was, it's just I heard the first rappers I heard was gospel gangsters. I heard other Christian rap before, but I wasn't.
You're like, that's
I was like,
You're like, what is this?
So when I actually seen it was a cassette, and I seen it, and I was curious what was the Gospel Gangsters. This couldn't be these dudes from the hood and going to church. I was curious what they were gonna say.
Yeah.
So as soon as I popped the tape in, I'm like, but it was weird because I was drinking and stuff at the same time, and my cousin would be like, "What are you listening to?" Man, don't worry about it. It sounds good.
Right.
So once I started going to church, I heard more about them and more about like T-Bone and other rappers that were out there at that time, and that's kind of what drove me. Like if they could come out from this lifestyle, still pretty much talk about it as a testimony and as a how to get out, you know, then somebody's, someone's gonna have to hear from me, I guess,
That's right. Let's talk about Mom. So she had to go into the drug dealing. She felt that was the way to be able to take care of you guys, especially in your environment.
Yeah, and at that time it was about 80 something. I can't remember exact year, but I remember going to like people be at her house like partying, and I just remember opening the freezer and seeing these little Gerber bottles. So I'm like, I was wondering what it was. My mom was like, "Don't worry about it." She closed the freezer, but I just remember parties after parties, and it was a certain smell. So as I grown up, I started smoking it myself. It was PCP.
Oh wow!
So when I started smelling it, I'm like, it took me back to, wait a minute, that was that smell that I used to smell at the house. But at that time, I don't know what had happened. I just remember they threw a raid. And I remember
your house?
At the house. So I remember me and my brother, we were playing T-ball at the time, and we were on the same team. So we were getting ready to go to our game. And I just remember our house was pretty small. I just remember walking through the kitchen and seeing the cops there with my mom. She was handcuffed, and they had the stuff on the table. And she just kept telling me, "It's all right, just keep getting ready, keep getting ready." But I just remember going back and forth. Just be nosy, see what they're gonna do to my mom.
It's wild because you were raised and this was your world that influenced you.
Yeah.
But let me ask you, when it came to you actually trying the product, if someone's watching and they're raising kids in maybe a rough part of town and they're concerned about their child not falling prey to the influences that are around them, even though they don't have it in their house, was it an in-home experience with the drugs, or was it the people you were around that caused you to try something like PCP? Like, what would you say to encourage a parent or a guardian to guard against, to hopefully their kid wouldn't fall into
for me, I would say don't expose them to anything, even if you're talking. I mean, just because you're a kid, 3, maybe 5 years old, we're listening.
Yeah.
They're talking, "Oh yeah, we did it, we listen." So, because I remember hearing my mom talking about this, especially about drinking, and I remember her always saying the word, "Man, I was feeling good. We were at the party and this and that." And
that's a good.
We always wanted to go home. Like, let's go home. She's like, "Okay, for this beer." So as I got older, started drinking myself, then I realized, like, in my mind, so this is what she's talking about. You.
Yeah, it's good. Like, yeah.
So my advice is, number one, like, don't talk about it. If you're into it, honestly, I pray that you quit, you get delivered, but
don't expose your kids or young people to it. Don't make it look like a great thing. You're sitting there smoking. Oh, this is some good stuff here. Oh, you need to hit this. Get out of here. This is grown folk business.
Right.
And then they walk away with the image of you're smoking them little tiny paper roll cigarettes, and it's something really good that they're gonna want to try when they get older. Wow. Yeah. You never think that kids are like soaking up
and as for the kids that are doing it now, there's an end to, say, smoking PCP.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say. From what I hear,
what's the end?
Real serious.
The end is your brain just
is done.
It's done.
A wrap.
You're stuck. It's like you're not even smoking, but you're not even smoking it, but your brain is stuck on it.
It's fried.
It's fried. I seen guys walk up and down my block, and I'm looking at them, and I remember, they smoked it too. But they're not high on it right now. They're like,
but their brain just disconnected, and they're like zombies.
That's done. Yeah.
So if there's any young, especially any person, but especially young people, don't Please stay away
thinking
from
about it, or even any type of drug. Just always remember there's an end to that
and
drug.
People don't, kids today don't realize, like, now they're lacing the drug, like marijuana, with certain things that, or what they call it, synthetic marijuana, that can have an adverse effect on you where you might go into a seizure.
Yeah.
Or they use products like formaldehyde to concoct the drug. And I'm like, isn't that what you embalm dead people? It's like, where did they come up with the creative idea of using these substances that were not meant to be used in that smoking capacity?
And that's what I don't get is like they're lacing this stuff with these chemicals. Read the chemical what it says. May cause harm or may cause
will
death.
Cause harm.
You know what I'm
will
saying?
Cause death.
That's most
so
of the
when
food
you're
we
mixing
eat.
the two, I'm like, what are you guys thinking? Like,
but they're not. They're thinking about the high. They're thinking about how good it's going to make them feel. But like you said, and that is temporary too. Were you and your brother able to influence the rest of your family, including mom,
to bring
spiritually, to bring them out?
My mom is I could say honestly is a whole better person now than we were growing up.
Beautiful.
My mom is always. Everybody that knows her as she's like, I don't know how old she is, and if I did, I wouldn't say it. But
you better not.
You better
slap you right through
and
that
she
camera.
has a real, everybody thinks she's like 30, 40 years old. I go, no, she's not. But she kept, she's a way better mom now. And as even we're older and, we'll always need my mom, we'll always love my mom, but she shows it through our kids now. So she tries to be there any way she can for our kids.
Beautiful.
And that's one thing that I could say my mom and my dad. My mom always tell my dad, we missed the mark with our kids. Our kids are grown, but we got the grandkids. Let's do this for the grandkids.
But that's that's like God kissing you from heaven, I think, to give you another chance. He's a redeemer.
Yeah.
He's a redeemer. I mean, it's this Easter season, and it kind of is symbolic of him, coming to save. He came to save those that are lost. And when you're lost, you're in a state that is probably so reprobate sometimes that, I mean, if he wasn't a saving kind of God, Christ that he is, then it wouldn't really have a weight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the fact that, in spite of all the generational issues of being in gangs, your family's at a place where God is making you whole,
Yeah.
And that's
it's
wonderful.
a beautiful thing.
Let's talk about, you had thoughts about suicide. You had low self-esteem.
Yeah.
And thoughts of suicide. So what was that transition in that period in your life like?
The transition was once I started coming to church, and I used to feel like the thoughts of suicide, the depression and everything. The depression is what led to thoughts of suicide. And I just would figure, if I would disappear from this earth, if I would run away, take myself out, nobody's gonna notice. I felt like the invisible child. You know what I'm saying? Like the dude that gets the end of the joke, or the dude that, like, even in sad to say, even went to my adulthood where I would go to places and I wouldn't talk to nobody. If I didn't know nobody in the room, I'm not gonna talk to nobody. I'm just gonna chill back in the corner and gradually talk here and there. But that, it just, like I said, about growing up, is the words. The words, it has so much power in it, and constantly, if you're telling your kid you're stupid, oh, get out of here, and nobody wants you around, or if you're constantly telling kids, it's gonna stick to you, and you may not think, oh, it's stupid, it's just a little word.
No, it's not a little word.
It's gonna.
Words are powerful. It says life
powerful.
and death is in the power of the tongue, and we, at the end, we always do something, and I speak life is I like to have my little moment, and she has her man talk moment, but it's like, in the beginning was the word, and the word spoke life. You know what I'm saying? Let there be, and there was. And so it's so important that you remember that, to speak love and to speak life.
Into yourself and others. But here you are, not only are you out there gangbanging, you're dealing with drugs, you're watching your family going that way, and now you're thinking of taking yourself out. So what was the saving grace? At what point did you say, okay, I'm not going to do this?
The point is, it was different parts in my life. I was going to church about 17. I remember being in a closet and I'm just with a knife, just in the closet, just kind of cutting myself, and it wasn't cutting myself to the point I'm bleeding all over, but I'm just messing around with the knife. My mom's boyfriend at the time, he opened the closet, and he just sees me sitting there, and he got kind of scared, didn't know what to do, so he called my mom. My mom and my aunt were there, and they're like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Yeah, ain't noticed me. I'm here." Like, if he didn't open the closet, you guys wouldn't know where I was at. So at the turning point is when I started learning about God's love, His unconditional love. No matter what you did in the past, He don't wipe it clean.
Amen.
No matter what. Like I finally figured that He was always there. No matter what I was going through, no matter what I did, and all I had to do was just turn around, and He's right there. And once I figured that out, and once I started learning, and going to the church and feeling like a family, that's when I was just like started learning that the enemy was lying to me this whole time. And now that I'm in the position I am now, I look back on life. I'm like, this is why he was trying to take me out.
Yeah.
Because now with this, not only with the music, but I started going to Victory Outreach in Hacienda Heights, and from that point, I learned like so much more. I started taking these classes called VETI.
What are they called?
VETI.
VETI. Is that
that's get?
It's
what does that mean?
Like go or something?
It stands for Victory Education.
Oh, okay. VETI.
Training Institute. Yeah, so we'll get deep in the Bible. We'll study like the first class was the New Testament survey.
Yes.
And we'll just study who wrote this chapter, why, from what time frame, who did he write it to, and just digging at it. Yeah, just breaking it up.
For those of you who don't know, Victory Outreach, they actually specialize in ministering to kids that are out there in the streets and gangs.
Yeah.
So that's correct.
Yes.
Did you have because somebody that might be listening and they're like, how can I learn out more about them? Do you have a website?
Yeah, I believe it's victoryoutreach.org.
Yeah,
and they'll show all that. They'll show the
exactly.
They'll show all the stuff that's going on. And that's honestly like when I was 17, that's why I started, was the Victory Outreach in Eagle Rock.
Beautiful.
And then when my brother got out, he started going there. Then I moved and went on to other things. But when this past, say, June, I started going to the one in Heights.
Now we before we run out of time, Prophecy Records. You're here now. It sounds like the title of this album project, The Enemy's Target, was inspired by you coming out of everything that you've been through. So let's talk about how God just allowed you to put this together and what you hope to, people to get out of your record project, your album project.
The album project, it was this is my first album. I mean, I done mixtapes and stuff like that, but this is my official album. And honestly, it was like hard work because my producer Prophet X, he's a type of dude that
we do love him.
Yeah, if he's the type of dude that I'm writing something and he's like, wait a minute, I don't believe you. Sit back, or he works with all the artists.
Oh wow!
And it's just such.
He's just real passionate. And we have your album cover. I love. He got the target. It's like your head is there, and the target, and it just paints the picture of how the enemy is like a sniper.
Yeah.
And people don't realize, how you have the bullseye on you, like the barrel of a gun, like looking down the barrel of a gun, and he's like right there wanting to just take you out with a headshot to the head. Seriously. It's like people don't.
And that's the thing is, like, back then he tried to do it, and even now more so.
Okay, let's talk about that. Here you are walking.
Now it's just like I'm learning so, like I said, taking these classes and stuff, going to the Victory Outreach, I'm learning so much that, like my pastor said, he's nervous. The enemy's nervous.
Now you're a threat.
He didn't want to get me to this level. He didn't want to see me go to the next level. Yeah. So he's threatened. So the enemy's target still sticks until now. Like now.
How do your former gangbanger brothers feel? I mean, when you go back, I'm sure you go back and you try to pull them out of that.
I run into them every now and then.
How do they respond to
change
your ministry?
They're good.
Because you bring love. So how can you?
Yeah, they're good. They just some of them actually go to church too. So like I ran into one of them at an event in San Bernardino, and he walked in. I'm already there, and I look at him. So he kind of like, hey man, hey, what's up? You go to this church, but it was divine appointments all the time.
Hey man.
Now your album. Let's talk about some of the featuring artists on there.
Featuring artists on there, we got a couple of the guys from Prophecy Records, Stilly B, Conscious, Prophet X, Few Face. I also got God's Crow, RK True Soldier, V Love, Ron. Just a few artists on there.
Wow, it's a lot of Christian, or what would you consider them? All these are rappers.
Yeah, hip hop artists.
So hip hop artists doing it
like
the
me.
Christian way.
I get it.
Just like her. That's MC Rowe right there.
MC Rowe.
You know, she'll perform for you after the show.
Now when we close out, we're gonna. You heard Jesus Freak the song earlier, but when we close out, we're going to close out with Hey Mama. Do you want us to tell a little bit about how that song got?
That song came. I went into a men's home. And like I said, God just started revealing all this love, this forgiveness, this trying to just wash my mind, cleanse my heart. And when I wrote this song, it was pretty much like an apology letter. Even though me and my mom had our issues, we bumped heads, I kind of looked at it from her side. She did what she had to do, put food on the table, pay the bills. And here I am, not only me, but my brothers and everything, giving more headache. So it was kind of like I sit back and just pretty much apologize to her and kind of pretty much tell the story with all the hurt and stuff.
Look at God.
That's awesome. So anybody out there who's thinking thoughts of suicide or doing drugs or
being in a
even
gang,
thinking about it, anybody out there gang banging, this is an awesome testimony. We appreciate you. We want you to definitely follow him. And the word for you all today, Isaiah 40, he gives strength to the weary and increases the power of the weak. Even youths grow tired and weary, and young men stumble and fall. But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint. And I asked God to give me something today before the show even started. And that was even before I read your bio. So that's for somebody out there. You all be blessed and encouraged. And what's your website?
How can they get your music?
Instagram?
On the music, you go to iTunes, CD Baby. I'm on Spotify now.
Yay.
They want to book you to perform?
Yeah, if you book me to perform, hit me up on Facebook, The Prodigal Son Music. Even hit me up on Instagram, THA_prodigal_son. Check out the YouTube channels on Holy Music 213.
Okay.
Nice. What's your favorite book in the Bible?
My favorite book in the Bible is Job.
Job.
Because no matter what happened to him,
he came up on time. That's all. Give me some. Oh, you better tell the truth. Well, we thank you for tuning in. We want to give his song justice to be able to play fully. In the meantime, before you speak, think twice and speak life. Per Pastor Frank. Love you, miss you. Thank you so much. GospelRhythms.com, Talk Live Radio.
See you next Sunday. God willing.
Heights, Men's Home Discipleship Home, Ditto. Everybody out there, God bless.
All right, thanks for joining us today, guys. Be blessed.
Hey mama, how you doing? Is everything cool? I just wanna apologize for everything I put you through. All the trash I talk, all the things I've thrown, all the nights I had you worried when I didn't come home. I was hanging on the block, kicking it with the OGs. When you were at the house, praying for me, I would grab my sweater, sneak down them stairs, mama, to tell you the truth. I didn't think you cared. I give the cold shoulder, even cursed at you. But little did I know I was hurting you. Growing up in LA, so rough and so tough, making the food stamps stretch out for the rest of the month. We've been through hell and back, racing with the food stamps when times get rough. Don't worry, I got your back. I do whatever I can. Keep the smile on your face. You one of a kind, mama, and you can't be replaced. Struggling to raise 4 kids. You would clean people's houses just to buy your sloop kicks. But one day I'll never forget, it's the day you got popped for selling the wet cigarettes. And I remember crying for days, me and my brother getting ready for a game when they came and took you away. So now every night to the Lord I pray and ask you to watch over you to make sure you're okay. Thank you for everything that you done. I know it wasn't easy raising 4 sons. We were just a bunch of bad little kids. You used to give us that look and tell us to park it. So on that note, I gotta say, you're the reason I'm the person that I am today. We was born to be tough and raised to be strong, so I had to sit down and write you this song to express the feelings that I have within. The only way you know how is with a pad and pen, cause this song is dedicated to you. Cause every time I go away, it doesn't take long to miss you.
We know there are many choices in internet radio, and the staff and host of LA Talk Live would like to thank you for choosing the internet's hottest destination for the most eclectic sound and invigorating talk. This is LA Talk Live. We are more than just talk.